before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's So AC.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my week of earnings. But before I get into that, if you would like to know your FICO scores and what's in your reports for all three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, click the credit monitoring links in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time using your vehicle, click the Wealth Dasher links in the description below. If you don't have a car, you don't want to use your own, then click the Wealth HyreCar link in the description below, and along with the Wealth Dasher, you can still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time. If you'd like to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below, then click Sign Up. If you'd like to get cash back while shopping online, you can do so by clicking the cash back links in the description below. And while we're on this Walmart Spark, if you'd like to drive and earn with Walmart Spark, you can click the Spark Driver Wealth link in the description below. Now let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so you can see here, this is the first week of April. So it's the end of March to the first week of April. Ends on April 4th, which is a Sunday. You see the graph here. The first Monday, which would be the 28th of March, I earned $133.44. Now technically I didn't earn $133.44. Remember, this is Monday's delivery fees with Sunday's tips. Okay, so the actual earnings for that day was probably just under 133. I probably did earn 130. I had to go look at the paper because I actually write everything down on paper. But we're gonna go with this graph, okay? So okay, this is what I got paid. But so we got $133.44. See, the next day, which was the 29th, I made $97.46. Then we had $93.50. We had $65.50. Apparently, I didn't go out this day or this day. It probably was raining, or I probably did something. I'm not sure. But then we go here on Sunday. We had $65.27. So it came out to $459.17. All right. Now, of course, as you will see, every day is different. Some days you might end up with maybe like one GMD order that took you 3.5 hours, and then the rest of them were just garbage and you didn't want to take them, or they wasn't coming in, so you kind of get frustrated and just go home. That happened to me a couple of times. I'm out there waiting and I don't get anything and I just go home. Or it could be I had something to do and I stopped it early, or you probably was out for 3-4 hours and you ended up with just 3 runs, and so you just got the delivery fees and the tips from the previous day. Anything can happen while you're out there, or you could have a great day. Like recently I had a day where I made $185 in 4 hours, so you don't know really what's going to happen. And I believe that was on Easter Sunday. I had $185 in literally 4 hours. So things can happen great. You just don't know. So anyway, but needless to say, I'm at $459.17. So let's go to the next screen. I should say the next screenshot. Again, you see here we're $133.44. So I had the rollover tips of $30 and the confirmed tips are just $2. I believe this day had some pretty good orders. So trip and earnings, $101.44, $2 tips, rollover tips of $30. Okay. Then you have 97.46. You can see the confirmed tips of $37. 60.46 was the trip earnings. 93.50, $4 tips. 89.50, and remember, all of the tips are from the previous day. Okay. We have 35.50 and $30 in confirmed tips. And yeah, I believe this was probably maybe a GMD, maybe, possibly. This was just tips. And you had here 65.27 with trip earnings. Okay. So we're gonna go to the next one. And you can see here, breaks it down again right here, but you have the trip earnings of $352.17, confirmed tips of $77, rollover tips of $30. So that's what we have there. Now I'm going to show you my metrics for that for that week. You can see here my metrics. I was at 98% on time arrival, had an acceptance rate of 90%, and my customer rating was 4.8. I had 118 trips, not for that week. This is total trips since they fixed the app like about a month, and the app was not really calculating metrics. But now, since it's calculating metrics now, so from that day on forward, I'm probably missing about 50 trips on here. So I'm probably at 168 total at this time. But we're gonna go with just from the time the app was repaired, so, or I should say updated. So we're gonna say 118 total trips. All right, and that week I probably had maybe 25 trips, maybe that week, I'm not sure, but that's where we're at here. So 118 total trips, 4.8 customer rating, 90% acceptance rate, and 98% on time arrival. So I think I'm going to tell you what the total was for that week. I think I am going to do that. So here I actually pulled it up on my, I pulled out my sheet I write my earnings on for the week. So it looks like for that week, I earned, where we at here? I'm looking at 473.82 is what I actually earned for the week. So it shows that on Monday, on the 28th, I earned 138.44. I earned 138.44 for that Monday, and I actually got an $8 cash tip in hand for that day. And on the 29th, I earned, where we at? 29th, I earned $58.48 on the 29th of March. And I had got a cash $10 tip in hand with that. On the 30th, I earned $119.50. That's what I earned on the 30th, was $119.50. The 31st, I earned $39.13. On the 3rd, I earned $118.27. That was on the 3rd. But it actually shows, let me go back here. Let me go back to the graph. So it shows on the graph, yeah, I earned, they just put in for the actual driver, the delivery fees. Well, on here it says I made $118.27. So I don't know what the actual tips was for that day. I had to try to go deep in there. But, so according to my records, on the total day, on the days that you actually earn, when the tips are calculated that day, remember on the app it showed the tips from the previous day. Okay, So apparently I must have banged out on tips on the 3rd, because on here the delivery fee just says it was $65.27, and I didn't work on Saturday, so there were no tips to be added. So these are all delivery fees, $65.27. Okay, let me go to the other one where it actually shows the tips at the bottom. Yep, so we just straight delivery fees. So I must have banged out on tips, because again on the 3rd I actually made $118.27. I must have banged out on some tips on that day. But my total mileage for that week was actually 340 miles. So I made $473.82 that week and 340 miles driven. Okay. So anyway, that pretty much does it for that. That's my earnings for that week. Hope this motivates you to get out there. Remember, as you see, I didn't drive Friday and Saturday, and I maybe did 1 or 2 stops on what day was that? On March 31st. So wasn't a bad week considering I wasn't really out like that. Okay. So again, if this motivates you to go ahead and get out here and drive for Walmart Spark, go ahead and click the Spark Driver Wealth link in the description below. And also, you want to do some DoorDash, you can click the Wealth Dasher link as well if you want to do DoorDash. So you can click the Wealth Dasher link to earn with DoorDash, and you can also click the Spark Driver Wealth link in the description below to do Walmart Spark. Okay, so hope this is enough information for you to get out here and get this money with us. Thanks for watching. If you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports from all 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week utilizing your vehicle on your own time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own vehicle, then click the Wealth HyreCar link in the description below. And that way you can hire a car and use that vehicle to then Wealth Dash and make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. If you want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. And if you'd like to get cash back while shopping online, click the cash back link in the description below. Like, share the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to It's Oasis, and until the next video, let's get this money.